This is Jordan Tower with J18. Just make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. All right. So Rihanna attends ASAP Rocky's show, and I'm going to tell you, it's because of Drake. Okay. Drake put it in there. You could say all you want. No, it's not because of Drake. Listen, that was more pressure for her to be at the first show, because if she wasn't there, people would be like, "Oh, Drake was right. She doesn't support A$AP Rocky." Because in that one song, he said, where's she at? Where's she at? Or whatever it was. But it was saying that Rihanna never posted his album when she did show support for his album. So I guess he said she never posted the album. She only showed support on Twitter. But she was at the show. And, that's a weird beef because, they both were with Rihanna. A lot of guys were Rihanna, who cares? It doesn't mean anything less of her. Rihanna's kind of like a dude emotionally to me. She treats guys like guys treat women. That's how I look at it. She's the boss. It would have never worked with Drake anyways, because he makes too much money and makes his own moves. A$AP Rocky, she caught him at a time in his career where he wasn't really the same A$AP Rocky who was 4 years prior, A$AP Rocky's more available, I would say. I don't know if that's the right word. Jim Jones, I watched part of the Danza Project's interview. It's a good interview. I like Danza Project's interviews. So make sure you go check it out. Talking a lot about, first of all, he's talking about Ballin' and how it was one of the most impactful records. It was not one of the most impactful records in hip hop. It was for New York though, for sure. But it only has 11 million streams on it. I mean, all Cameron's records from Come Home With Me and Dip and Joel's records, even though they're around that time period of '02 to '06, they still have 50 to 100 million views on a lot of them, so it just shows that it didn't transcend, it was a record of the moment, of 2 years. It was big. It didn't last the test of time, and it's not really a classic. It's a moment. That was a big moment for Jim Jones because he finally got a hit record. Every other record, I like Jim Jones's music back then, to be honest with you, because it was I actually preferred listening to his music around that time, because it was he was the underdog coming up. You seen this guy come from being a hype man to just doing whatever, being the glue and Dipset to becoming an artist. It was pretty cool, But now he's turned into just a trolling hater, because he has his album coming out, So him and Rick Ross are doing the same thing. They're trolling whoever they can to get traction on their album. Right now, he's trying to bait Cameron into a debate about verses. It's if I was Cameron, you could either give him an alley-oop because you still love him, or you could ignore it because you're just feeding the BS, I think at this point it's like beating a dead horse. What Jim Jones is doing. How many times are you going to beef with Cameron? You're not going to beef with each other until you're cool again. Just let it die down. But Jim Jones has overextended himself with this big studio he built, and he's just trying to make it work. Boosie Pool Party is in June, and I'm gonna tell you, Young Miami just shitted on him, really, she was booked, plane booked, everything, and she pulled out. So he needs to find either Sukihana, someone that fits the pool party vibe, Sukihana, a Sexy Red. I think Sexy Red will cost too much. But maybe Glorilla. I don't know, because you're cool with her. I don't know. French Montana, Max B. I don't know if this is a joke or whatever, but Pooj Sims. This is Max B's half brother who shot that guy. Max B took a plea deal, which admitted guilt, which hurt his plea, right? But they were already guilty at that point, you know? Like, I don't think there was any getting out of it for his half-brother. He's kind of sick in the head, you know? The way he murdered those people. It was supposed to be a robbery, you know? Turned into a murder. Max B should have known better to get involved in this, but he did, and it turned into him losing, you know, how many years of his life? 15, 16 years of his life, you know? Pooh Sim says, Max B and French Montana said they was coming to get me out of here. There's no way, bro. I mean, they're really just playing with you. Tory Lanez. And they're not coming to get him out of there because he was calling Max B a snitch. He started a snitch conversation about Max B. Most people wouldn't forgive that. Tory Lanez files emergency motion. Life is in danger, he says. California guards at Colony are allegedly retaliating against him with escalating threats and intimidation tactics designed to push him into a more dangerous prison yard. His legal team filed an emergency motion claiming the situation has become life-threatening. Well, what do they want done? They want to move to a different jail? I guess so. I don't know. Let's see. It's sad for Tory, man. I'm going to be honest. I don't think that was a just sentence, to be honest with you, but Packer star RB Josh Jacob was arrested on 5 charges, including domestic abuse, strangulation, and suffocation. Ugh. Chopper City, he was cleared of any wrongdoing with this woman here. He spoke about it on live, and I think the police also cleared him of any wrongdoing. This woman had passed away, and her cousin was claiming Chopper City and her were hanging out the evening it occurred. Her car drove into water, and she was a good swimmer, but she drowned, I guess. And cousin states he blocked the entire family on social media after it happened. Well, they were probably blaming him for everything right afterwards, and that's a lot to take. But he was cleared of any wrongdoing by detectives, so I don't know. That's a sad situation. Dame Dash goes off on Jason Lee. All right, so Jason Lee starts talking about Aaliyah, and he says that the Chicky Licky or was Freaky Licky, whatever her name is, right? That's with Dame Dash, right? He says she reminds me of that little white lesbian Aaliyah. I never compared her music to Aaliyah. And you don't know Aaliyah. I did. Because Jason Lee was talking about the Aaliyah comparison to Freaky Leaky or whatever her name is. I never said anything about music. That's such a racist putting someone in a box kind of thing. I can say what I want about Aaliyah. That was my girl. Y'all didn't know Aaliyah like that. How are you going to tell me how... He acts like he owns Aaliyah. Every person, every woman that's around me, I don't see an element of Aaliyah. I don't F with her. So every single girl around me, I'm going to compare to Aaliyah. Bro, that's like the most toxic thing ever. Imagine being his wife, the white woman that's with him. Bro, all she does is hear about Aaliyah and how much he loved her and everything, but you're supposed to be having a family with her? Bro, you need to calm down, bro. You have serious mental issues, Dame. Serious. Who knows if you and Aaliyah would have even made it, bro? You might as well have broke up. Iceman sold $465 the first week, and the second week it will be selling $215. That is a pretty gradual drop. That means that it's real sales, okay? If you get like one that falls off a cliff, usually means it was botted. Just so you know, like back in the days, if you sold $1 million the first week and then the next week you sold 100,000, it was obviously scanned. You know, people would buy scans back in the days. They would scan CDs and vinyls. The stores were in on it. they would scan one sale 50 times. You know, it was a thing that was going on. But anyways, that's good for Drake. Deen the Great comes out of jail. Adrian Broner bails him out, and he hugs Celina the first chance he gets. This guy is with Celina. You're with the whole. You're really dating 200 guys, my G. Celina's dated everybody, and Celina looks like an art project right now by a doctor that's learning how to do plastic surgery. She looks like she was pieced together by 50 women. It looks crazy, my G. Crazy. Like, this is not the girl. You're tripping. Anyways, this is Jordan Tao with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. I'll check you guys in the next one.